But I want to point out, because we have some deans here from all sorts of disciplines, that this project really is about lifelong learning. I'm a mathematician here studying maple trees. We have students in economics, in education, all throughout the disciplines that we teach here at Stockton working on this grant. Even some math majors, because of me. But as you are in departments or schools that don't necessarily make sense to be a part of this project, just know that there's room, because that's what we're looking for, lifelong learning. So you're going to give us some learning.
Hello everyone, thanks for coming out. So I'm just going to start with a quick project update to kind of recap kind of how our last season went, and then kind of tell you about some of the changes we made for this coming up season. So last season ended up being the third warmest winter in New Jersey's history. If you look back on the data, December was our coldest month, January was the warmest month, and then February was the in-between month. So we're usually getting our taps in January. It was the warmest month, just not a good month for sap flow. Just in general, not a good season for sap flow. So we definitely did not reach our sap yields that we wanted for the year, but we still were able to produce around 22, 23 gallons of syrup, which was down compared to the year before. So this year we've made a couple small changes. We're still at over 400 trees out here on this side, but in addition to the 400 trees that we're tapping on vacuum this year, we're also tapping 50 trees on a vacuum pump on our adoption side. So the past couple years we've done adopt a tree, and we've hung buckets on that side of the forest for our participants with minimal success on the buckets. So this year we decided we'll put a vacuum pump over there for them, and they'll actually get to see a little bit more of a result. And so we got the tubing set up. That will be happening here from 3 to 5. We'll be tapping some of those trees with some of our community members. Some other new things that we changed out in the forest are just some of the new fittings that we're using. So there's a lot of new research going on about up at University of Vermont, how fluids move through tubing. So some of the new fittings that we use have more of a curve in their neck instead of a 90-degree angle. So like you can see, like this is a 90-degree angle versus here we have a curve. So you get head pressure loss in all your 90-degree fittings. So by using something with a curve, we can reduce, head pressure loss at all of the fittings throughout our forest, where we have, hundreds of them. So just ways that we can be more efficient with our vacuum. So we're making sure we're accumulating the best yields that we can, because everything that we do out here is what makes the yields that we get over at the Sugar Shack actually worth it. So if you're not producing well out here, you're not going to be producing well over there.
So this one, you'll taste the difference too from the red maple sap that you've tasted. Of course, this tastes slightly different because of the citric acid seltzer. But you'll also notice whether you think it's more sweet. So sugar maples have 4% sugar, and our red maples, actually when he tested them, so we have refractometers that test it was 2%. So what you taste